dropping facts all day. Anthony's like, nah, I got the better parlay. Argue about the spread, it's a fierce debate. But when it comes to Wildcats, they align their fate. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. Hustle deals on the line. Charlie Stats, he's gonna make you shine. Anthony's heart where the numbers combine. Put your cash down, ride the incline. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. From the tip off to the final play, they grind. Mike's on fire, bets on their minds. Arguing odds till the last rewind. Blue and white, it's a bond you'll find. The bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. They grind. Mike's on fire, bets on their minds. Arguing odds till the last rewind. Blue and white, it's a bond you'll find. Bond you'll find. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums.
All right, guys, the Blitz is back. I'm Charlie Winkle here with Anthony Roberts and Josh Onan. It's another episode of the Blitz the Bookie podcast. It is Monday, December the 1st. What a crazy Thanksgiving weekend we just had. Of course, rivalry week and all the great games that we saw, except, unfortunately for us, Kentucky getting beat by Louisville in pretty embarrassing fashion. And then you had the coaching carousel that's been going on for the last few days in college football. That's been kind of crazy to try to keep track of. And then that's a hot topic now. Well, it was a hot topic for Kentucky fans for about, 8 hours?
About 8 hours.
There has been breaking news here in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Before we started the show. It looks like Will Stein, the offensive coordinator at Oregon, will be Kentucky's next head coach. So let's talk about the coaching carousel. I think that's probably the hottest thing going on right now anyways, besides the actual playoff that's coming up. First initial thoughts of Will Stein. Of course, him and Brian Hartline were the hot names, I think, bouncing around for the last 24 hours. What do y'all think?
I'm excited for it. New young blood in the program. Somebody with a little more motivation. I just feel like it was time. I mean, I was at the game Saturday. Our team seemed like we were running through the mud. Like they seemed slower. I don't know how much they wanted to be there. I don't know if they quit, but we were outmatched. Obviously, we got the ball past the 50 one time, and then we botched that field goal. But I think I like Will Stein. I like Brian Hartline. Either one, I would have been happy with either one of those guys. I really like both of them. I like the receivers that Hartline has put in the NFL. Look at the guys that Hartline has put in the NFL. Those receivers: Igbuka, Smith at the Seahawks. He's got another one this year. Look at the offense. Everybody knows about an Oregon offense. So Will Stein coming home. Let's hope he shows up and Starts recruiting.
Kentucky boy too. Anthony, what do you think?
It's the guy that I probably would have hired if I was Mitch Barnhart. I like it. I think it's risk reward. I do worry about him being so young, being able to be a leader in that locker room. He's never had to do that. We've seen some young guys come in and have success with that. We've seen guys not have it, notably Cliff Kingsbury down there with, I think he's with Washington now. Some young guys can't take control of the room. That'd be a big test for him. But I agree. I like the idea of taking a risk with the Kentucky guy. I love having the ties because one of my beliefs is I like a long tenure coach. I don't like firing coaches all the time. I like to invest in the guys we got. And I like that he's, grew up a Kentucky fan. I love that part of it. I love that about Joker. But Joker just didn't work out because my belief is if you don't have no ties here and you do good in 2 or 3 years, somebody's going to take you. Now, some people say, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Well, that bridge will come. And I like a long tenure coach. I'm not, they just celebrated Iowa's head coach the other day, being there 25 years. I love stuff like that. But I do worry about him being the leader in the locker room because he's never had to really do that at a high level. I also worry about him from a defensive standpoint. Coaching at Oregon, Dan Lanning's always took care of the defense. You got to play defense in the SEC.
He's got to get a good defensive coordinator.
That's right.
He can't do it all. He's an offensive guy. You think he's gonna call the plays?
What's that?
I would think so.
Yes.
I think so.
First job he's got to.
Yeah,
first job he got to.
So he's just got to get a good defensive coordinator.
But a lot of defensive coordinators don't want to play for offensive coaches, and a lot of offensive coaches don't want. I mean, that's one thing you face in that world because defensive coordinators know if he's wanting to throw the ball all the time, which he don't throw the ball a lot anyways. But if you want to throw the ball all the time, that ain't going to help my defense, and they're going to be on the field a lot. So, in saying that, I love the hire because I think we got to take a chance. And for me, it's a pivotal stage for me as a fan because I've told everybody, I haven't told you guys, if Kentucky don't make an investment for football, I'm going to become a swinger. I just am. I'll be like every other UK fan and fan when it's convenient. I see everybody on Facebook this week, having this big opinion. I never see them at the games. They don't know but like 4 or 5 players on the team. They don't know who plays defense. They don't know we were missing 7 defensive players last week. All I know was Louisville was missing 5 running backs. Let me miss 5 running backs. I put a wide receiver at running back just like they did. The most replaceable position on the field. NFL's proved it. Everybody's proven that. They didn't even realize we were missing that many guys on defense. And guess what? The local radio show didn't promote it because they had an agenda. But I'm okay with him being gone. I like the hire. But if UK don't want to invest big money in football, I'm going to become a swinger. So that's my take.
I love it.
Well, I was wrong about saying that I didn't think we would get a young coach. So I'm happy. I didn't think a good young coach would want to come here. I was wrong, and I'm glad that we got him. I'm with you, Josh. I'd have been happy with him or Hartline. From what I've been hearing the last 24 hours, Hartline is the best recruiter in the country. I didn't know that. That was pretty cool to hear that we were going after a guy like that. Of course, he's got Kentucky ties too, a little bit. His brother was quarterback for Kentucky.
He's on the staff now, right?
Yeah, and he's on the staff. So I'm sure he was feeding him information. So I would have been happy with either one of those guys. I like what you said about the connection thing to Kentucky. Yeah, it's cool. As long as we're not making our decision because of that.
I agree with that.
And I don't think that was what happened here because I think he's proven. How long has he been at Oregon?
2 or 3 years.
And he's put 2 or 3 different quarterbacks in the NFL, right? And he's had his team basically in the top 5 or top 10.
He's going to do it with
every year.
He's going to do it with a lot less players.
Same
for Hartline. Both them guys are good, but they're getting the best money can buy.
I get it, but not only is he sending 3 quarterbacks in a row. Was it 3? I feel like it's been 3 in a row.
Yeah, it's 3 in a row.
But then he's doing it all over again the next year with a new crop, and Oregon's right there in the mix again.
Oh, they're good. I like them win national titles. So, and what I like about him that I don't think a lot of Kentucky fans know this, but he's not an aired out guy, guys. He runs the ball. Runs the ball a lot. He's going to use a lot of.
We've been complaining about that because they haven't been scoring enough to cover our bets.
You look at them and you kind of think from the outside that they're like an aired out, air raid type of offense, but they're really not. Very balanced.
What they do kind of is they'll use both tight ends. If they bring in more linebackers, they'll try to pass over the top. And if they go small, they'll try to run at it. So that's kind of the basis of his offense there. I just worry, can he do it with lesser talent? And will Kentucky commit the dollars? That's a big decision as far as, me as a fan going forward. But I like to think they will, though, because I don't think you get a guy like that unless you commit some money to him. I know Kiffin, he made it LSU put it in his contract. Was that what you were telling me, Josh?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
They guaranteed him so much NIL money.
I think that's going to be a part of people's contracts.
It's got to be.
It can't be just talk. I need it in the contract.
I'm sure that was the first question, especially in the situation that Kentucky's in, with as much as we give the basketball team. Will Stein ain't no dummy. I guarantee you he asked about that. It might have been his first damn question that he asked.
I hope it was.
People don't want to talk about it. I don't even halfway want to talk about it. But you got to, because it's such a part of the game.
I don't know why people don't want to talk about it. I think it's the number one subject there is. I think they don't want to talk about it.
They don't want to talk about it because people don't like the fact that the money's even involved. So just like the same reason I don't want to talk about it, because it takes the purity out of the sport like it used to be when we were kids, or, even 10, 15 years ago, or what purity you thought was in the game. But, I just don't like talking about it because I look at them as
it's hired guns now.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
We talked about it last night.
It's the minor leagues now. I mean, it's the
but they make more than the minor leaguers.
They do.
What,
it is what it is. You can't do nothing about
it. No, it is. And what gives me hope for Kentucky as a Kentucky fan, I know that conversation had to happen. I agree with you, Charlie. And what gives me hope is the same thing that made me mad about a month or two ago when I found out how much we were giving to basketball. The money's there. That's what gives me hope, is that the money's there. I love Kentucky football. I do think they're going to invest. If you had me, if I was a bet man, I would say yes, that they are going to invest. But if they don't, I don't know what I'm going to do.
So that was our side of the coaching carousel, which happened very quickly. But what do y'all think about this Lane Kiffin? What did he get, like 90-something million? He took the bag, and now he's leaving Ole Miss
in the middle of a playoff run, or the beginning of a playoff run.
Ole Miss had a big part to do with that.
Yes, they did.
From everything I'm hearing, that he did offer to coach. He wanted to coach, and they pretty much told him to take a hike. I can look at that both ways and say that Ole Miss is salty and being a little bit petty, but I can actually see the other side too. I don't know. What do y'all think about that? Okay, so if you're Ole Miss, what do you do?
Got your feelings hurt.
I think he's got to go, because the only thing he's going to be doing for the next 2 weeks or whatever he's got is trying to figure out how he's going to pay these players from Ole Miss to come to LSU.
That is true.
He's going after bigger players.
That is true. Well,
you don't think he wants Chambliss?
If he can get an extra year of eligibility.
He's going to try to take every player on that roster that he can. He's going to go get better players too, but I guarantee he's going to take every player from Ole Miss. So I can see both sides of it. I really can.
LSU is still going to pay his incentives.
LSU's all in.
The further he's not even coaching. The further Ole Miss gets in the playoffs, the more money they give Lane.
I will say this. I thought that they had a slight chance to win it all. And I even told y'all, maybe I told Anthony a week or so ago, that I was thinking about putting a little bet on him to win it all. And mainly because I thought Lane is just on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
And then now he's gone. I don't think Ole Miss can win it all with that.
They don't have the defense. No. I think it's why he left. I think it comes down to money. And I think he's sitting there thinking, I can't win with this budget, but I can win with this budget. And I think that's why Brian Kelly left Notre Dame. LSU gets talent. And not only that, but the in-state recruiting down
right. The in-state's crazy. You ain't got to go far from home.
No, I would have took it. And you know what? Ole Miss did that to themselves. They knew he was going to take the job.
They got 5-6 good years out of him, dude. And he took them to, a top 5 contender for the last couple of years. Can't be too salty.
No. But, dude, Lane has done that everywhere.
He has. You knew what you were getting into, right?
It's always been such a nasty breakup.
But
from the Raiders, the USC, Tennessee.
Because he just tells them like it is.
Yeah.
He just tells them like I hate fakes. So I can respect Lane because I hate fake people. So I think there's so much fakes around college football, it ain't funny. And so I can respect him for it.
Yeah, but imagine being a player in that locker room. It sucks for them.
No, I don't. They're going for sale at the end of the season. Everybody's for sale.
Matter. They're trying to win a national championship, dude. They can get that money. Oh, they don't care because they're getting paid money. They don't care about winning a national championship. Dude, them kids still got pride and they're trying to play for a national championship.
I'm not saying you're wrong because I think you're playing right. Dude. But I'll say this though:
11-1.
How many of those players you think already got deals for next year or talking to player team?
That doesn't take away the fact that they would like to win a national championship,
not saying you're wrong,
dude. Especially when they're in a position to do it.
But if they're doing it, what's the matter with the coach doing it?
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying it sucks for the players. I think they had a legit shot. I don't think they can win it without Lane.
But a lot of those players came from other teams and left their teams to come there. I mean, it's just a dirty business.
And then
Yeah, but it makes it way dirtier when we're about to go into the playoff, which you've been playing for all year. There's only 12 teams get in. You're one of them, and now the coach is rolling out.
You're the university.
They need to change something about
change it.
I don't know what it
There's
is.
a lot
So
of
they
changes
say.
that need to
So
be
they
made.
say next Wednesday is like what recruiting
The signing day.
Okay, so I don't know the logistics and all how they get this done, but something has to change to where a coach can still take the job, but like do it later, or I don't know. That's why Ole Miss did it.
That's why they gave him the ultimatum is because they knew he was going to take the job, in my opinion, or he would already said he was going to stay. They knew that, and at that point, they needed somebody to get in there and start for next year.
You can't keep having this every year, though.
I agree.
You can't have playoff coaches leaving
And
before the
you got
playoffs,
Tulane's
dude.
coach.
It's a bad look.
Summerall's going to Florida.
So what's he doing? He's not saying
Florida's going to let him coach. Finish.
Tulane's going to let him coach.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, yeah, both of them.
I don't even like the idea of hardline.
That's because Tulane's too little to be fucking petty. You know what I'm saying?
That's
it.
But
No,
that is
exactly
probably
it.
how you
No,
should
that's
do
exactly
it. Dude.
it. Yeah.
But I do understand the fact that Lane, in the next few weeks or next month, I mean, when's the championship? Middle of January?
It's usually
Dude, you're talking over a month where he's trying to recruit the LSU. So it is a weird situation. I don't know if there's any way to change it, but I would look for some way to avoid this
You
from
need
happening.
to move those dates back.
I'm not blaming Lane. I'm not blaming Ole Miss, but I'm just blaming the system because it's just a bad look for college football.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not so much for Lane, not so much for Ole Miss. It's just like if this keeps happening, people are already mad about the money and people getting paid. People are going to get pissed off about that. I don't like that. I've been
predicting it for years. I think all this is slowly going to ruin it, and I do. I think it's ugly. I think it's so ugly. But if I got players here that are whoring me out every year, quitting on their teams and everything else, if I'm a coach, I don't feel bad about it because how many of these players are already reaching out to the other teams? I bet you at least 20, 30%.
Me and you were talking yesterday, and you told me 10. And I said, I think it's higher.
Yeah, I think they're probably higher. 20, 30% already have deals set up for next year, dude.
But you can't have it like this. I was talking to my dad today about it. He don't understand all the rules,
Most people don't.
Yeah.
Most people don't.
And I was trying to explain to him, I was like, could you imagine if the NFL or NBA or Major League Baseball or whatever sport, it's free agency every 6 months?
And no salary cap?
And just the highest bidder.
Yeah.
I mean, that's wild. That's what college football and basketball is about.
No, you're absolutely right. I've been saying it for a year or two now. It is a bad
LeBron would have
setup.
been on 60 teams by now.
No.
He'd be changing teams at the All-Star break.
It is a crazy way to look at it.
And
that's exactly what it is.
And how many players quit or start cheating and making bets?
Or you have players show up to campus and never play.
I've done pretty good.
Get their money like, dude,
Really?
look, they get that. You can have a team.
I think it happens a lot.
We saw that before the NIL. That Shaden Sharp was before NIL, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think NIL.
No, he got paid. That was part of the deal.
He got paid. I don't think NIL
it was NIL. It was part of the deal.
That must have been the first damn year of NIL.
That was part of the deal was that he got that money and he never played. That was part of that was part of the gripe. He faked it. I think you're seeing it across. I'll tell you what, I've done pretty good with college football betting this year. And one little rule I've kind of stuck to, I've been staying away from games that don't matter late in the season. And I think I've been smart because I'm seeing some of these games don't even make sense, some of the scores. I think it's players cheating.
And it's the same thing late in the NFL season. You got to look for the same thing. Last 2 or 3 weeks of NFL season, games that don't matter, stay away from them, dude. For sure.
They're betting them and everything. You can't tell me they're not betting them. Them players aren't betting. That's the best time to cheat because nobody cares at that point. You don't got nothing to lose.
So Summerall went to Florida. He was the big talk for about 2 years for the Kentucky job whenever Stoops left, and we missed him by about a week.
I'm so happy we got Stein over Summerall. It's not that I don't like Summerall, but going from Tulane to there,
I agree.
It's don't get me wrong. I just think it's a whole new world. And
now he has been a head coach.
He has. To me, the beginning of the end with Stoops was, he was good at developing players. Good at culture. I know we don't agree with what culture is, Josh. Like, no, it's whatever. I look at it as like his players play for him.
Yeah,
in the locker room.
I get what you're saying. I understand.
But I think Stoops was really good in those areas in developing players. NIL kind of took some of that away, especially the developing players things in your systems. But I think Summerall is kind of a leader of men too, where I think Stein is one of those offensive wizards. Really good at calling plays. I think our fans needed that from an energy standpoint. And I think our program needed that from getting some money pumped in our program. I don't think it's right. I didn't think it was right with Cal, with Pope, and you give him all this money and Cal none. But, if that's what our program needs, so people can throw money at it, then I'm in. But I got to see it as a fan. Or some changes for myself got to be made because I get too emotionally committed to this team. It hurts me.
So Lane to LSU, Summerall to Florida. Now we got Will Stein to Kentucky. Ole Miss replaced Lane Kiffin like that, right?
Just with I think it's just the defensive coordinator, right?
But like full time, right?
Is
They
it- did he
hired.
get
I
the-
think
did
they
it-
hired.
Did
him.
they? I thought it was an intern. No, they
All
hired
right,
him.
maybe I'm wrong about that, but
might be
I
right,
could have
Charlie. You
swore
might be
I could have
right.
swore they hired him.
The guy from James Madison's going to UCLA.
That just happens today.
That happened today.
Okay.
Memphis to Arkansas.
Yep.
Memphis coach to Arkansas.
And then
We
maybe
missing anything else?
the BYU coach to possibly Penn State.
So Penn State's still available. Is Auburn
Auburn still needs a coach.
still available?
Yep.
Any other big jobs still available? Virginia Tech.
No,
they're
UCLA, I was
already
gonna
done. UCLA,
Wonder who Auburn's looking at.
Florida,
I haven't been following
LSU.
that.
Is there any? I mean, Auburn. I guess Auburn and Penn State's the two big ones.
If Penn State, they're
BYU's
going after
coach?
the BYU coach.
I don't know if I like that. You said possibly Jeff Brom and the next option for Penn State if BYU's coach.
Actually, Auburn's hired a coach. South Florida's Golish as a new coach.
Okay.
When was that today?
No, it looks like it was yesterday.
All right, so we missed that one. So I guess it's just Penn State. How are they? They were like the first job available. And
Yeah, but I think they're going after some big names.
Yeah.
Like it's
like who?
I don't know.
Exactly. Who
The
they
guy-
going after?
the guy
I
from
don't know.
BYU.
Well, it seems like
BYU.
It seems
I
like
don't even
they're
know his name. It ain't
seems-
that big.
It seems like they're being very picky. That's a good job.
What's his name?
That's
Kalani Sataki. That's his name.
BYU's coach.
Yeah.
I would say that's the best job, even
Is he
better than
Japanese
LSU.
or something?
Maybe he's like Hawaiian or something.
Really?
He's out west.
Huh,
I think that Penn State job
never
might
heard
be
that
slightly
name.
better than that LSU job, just because they compete in the Big Ten. LSU maybe has a little bit more talent, but Penn State's pumping a lot of money in it and playing in the Big Ten. I think that Penn State's a sought after job.
All right. Well, coaching carousel. We'll see what happens with Penn State. If BYU's coach and Jeff Brom is the best they can do, I think Penn State's probably in for a long few years.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, BYU's coach is the leading candidate.
all right, let's go ahead and get into these games. We have championship weekend. How many we got? 4?
We got 4.
2 really good ones and 2 that whatever.
Yeah.
So first game will be a noon game on Saturday. BYU at Texas Tech, Big 12 Championship. Where they play that at, guys? Down at Jerry's World?
I would think so.
Texas Tech is 12.5-point favorites in this game. How much Texas Tech beat BYU earlier in the year? They
22.
Yeah, they
It's 29-7.
stomped them. Texas Tech, I really like what they've done this year. Their defense has kept rolling. I know that all right. So we know the Big 12 is kind of weak. Who have they beat?
Texas Tech.
Besides BYU?
They beat
Utah,
Utah.
Arizona-
Cincinnati.
They
Utah.
lost to Arizona State, right?
That's the
They beat
amount.
Cincinnati, BYU,
Kansas.
Kansas.
I'll say this from an angle
Oh.
standpoint, and I'm not saying they're not good, but y'all know I've used this angle. They played one team that could legitimately pass the ball, and that was Arizona State. Their run defense is like legendary. That's what everybody
Yeah,
talks
but
about.
Texas Tech quarterback was out of that game. So
But their backup was really good. Like people
He
argued
ain't-
over who should
Yeah.
have been the starter and who
Because he got knocked out in like the Utah game, I believe. And he played good.
So that's what everybody was
Yeah.
saying. We gave y'all's best quarterback. That's
No,
what-
hell no. That starter's way better than that backup.
I like
it's
it. The only time I watched him play, he didn't look very good against Arizona State. He looked good when he came in against Utah, but they
The
had the
backup.
lead. Yeah.
He lit it up against Utah when he came in.
Yep.
And Utah is a good defense. But I'll say this though, Arizona State, he threw for 300-some yards against, and that's when you really research Arizona State. That's what people say. They're susceptible to the pass. Problem is, all these teams in the Big 12, almost all of them are like big running teams, and I think that's why it's a bad matchup for BYU because BYU is a predominantly run team, and they traditionally aren't. BYU is a traditionally passing team, but they are a really strong running team, heavy run team, and it's just a bad matchup for BYU. Simple
It
as
is.
that.
And you talk about matchups all the time.
That's all I'm
Yeah,
betting
yeah,
anymore.
right.
That's what football's about. And I finally have realized that at 43 years old. It's about matchups.
And I think Texas Tech is too much. I mean, they've dominated them once. I think Texas Tech is on a mission. I've been on them all year. I love their defense. I think they're maybe good enough to win it all. Probably not, but I think they're good enough to be in the playoff.
Yeah, I haven't been big on BYU all year, and it probably is not going to start this week. We'll get to our picks a little bit later, but 12.5-point spread. I don't think it's any secret who we're picking here. I'd be surprised if anybody picks BYU.
I seen it at it was before I got here. It was 13.5.
Was it?
Yeah, on the site I looked at.
All right.
BYU got some money. They might be able to pay some players off. So might be able to pay. You can see Rodriguez, that linebacker, come up injured. I'll get into that later. The injuries in college football are ridiculous. Some of them are getting paid, but whatever. They gotta be. I've never seen so many injuries.
All right, let's get this other fairly crappy game out of the way. Duke at Virginia, ACC Championship. Duke has, how many losses do they have? 4?
Mm-hmm.
A million.
Virginia is 10-2, I believe. We said their losses were Wake Forest and NC State.
Yep.
Is
Yes.
that right?
And that didn't even count as a conference game. It's so weird.
Though Wake Forest and NC State, I'll just say those aren't two real good losses. We'll get into our thoughts on the whole playoff thing here in a little bit. But yeah, I don't really know what I want to see out of this game because I can play at both angles and say I would like to see Duke win. And the committee would damn, he got rocked, didn't he?
What are you mad about, dude? What are you mad about? It was clean,
Bro,
dude.
he
What
got
are you mad about?
smoked.
What are you mad about? Get out of bounds earlier if you don't want that.
So a 4-loss Duke ACC champion,
They lost it to Lane.
the committee would be forced to leave the ACC out, right? No, I'm serious. I'm not joking. I'm asking.
Yeah, no, they are. So the way it
If
works,
Duke wins,
and they're not ranked higher than that Power 5, another Power 5, then the non-Power 5 team gets in.
even though I guess Miami's still slated to get, dude, he got smoked.
That's clean.
It wasn't.
Clean.
That was clean.
That's clean.
That should not be a flag.
He's
Dude.
trying to get a first down. Dude.
It was a clean hit.
He got rocked.
He took it like a champ too. Popped right up.
Bam!
Trying to get that first dive, dude.
Awesome.
Get low, dog. Get your body low. Get low, dog.
They
Oh.
really did throw a flag on that.
No, they threw they threw flag on
there
this.
we go. There
You
we
know
go.
who the best diver is? Trinidad Shameless knows how to dive. He gets low and he keeps his back knees up.
Yeah.
Like he knows what he's doing diving. That dude's
He's
athletic.
smooth, man. He's
He's
so smooth.
athletic, dude. He gets an extra 2 yards when he dives. And it's not even like a big dive. He keeps his back legs up. I was watching him. He's the best diver.
Speaking of diving, it wasn't a dive, but I'll tell you who the worst slider is. Shador Sanders. Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
You didn't see it?
No, I didn't watch
At the end of the game, it was like 4th and 32. It was the last play of the game. He runs for like 5 yards and then slides to end the game. And it wasn't even, dude, you should see the slide. It's literally the worst slide.
Well, I told you a couple
ever
weeks
in the
ago
history of
when I was
quarterback
watching him,
slides.
he could have went for it was late in the game like that, and he could have went for the first down, and he ran out of bounds, short of the.
My man, it was 4th and like 30 something, and he ran for 4 or 5 yards and slid.
He says, "I'm done. It's over."
He wants some stats, dog. He's a stat guy.
Oh,
You know, but I tell you about sliding. If they allowed more hits like that, I promise you the quarterbacks wouldn't run as much because you will be thinking about it. You don't want to take a lot of those hits, dude.
Shit hurts.
No, it does. And it ends careers.
Yep.
But the defense should be able to hit. That's the game of football.
All right, we got off topic a little bit there.
sorry.
Matter of fact, that's a better conversation than what
Than
we're about
Duke
to
and
talk
Virginia.
about. So
Duke lost to UConn,
and Virginia.
not in basketball, in football.
So back to what I was saying. I don't know if I want Duke. I guess I want Duke to win because it would be great to have a 4-loss ACC or a 4-loss any conference champion. I think would be kind of funny. It does look like Miami's probably still going to get in with an at-large, but I'd love to see that. But look, in my mind, I think I'd like to see Virginia win and then the committee leave them out because they are trash. Virginia's trash. They lost to Wake Forest and NC State, and who's their best win? Louisville? Is that their best win for real?
Yeah.
Now they beat Miami on that Friday night.
All right, so they got to win over Miami.
Yeah.
That's a decent win, but
They do got to win over Miami. Okay. I thought that was Florida State.
Oh, it was Florida State. Sorry.
Okay,
Yep,
I could live with it if they had a Miami
No,
win.
it was Florida State. They beat Florida State on that Friday night.
So
Yep.
Louisville's their best win.
Yes.
Yep.
Virginia should not be in. I don't care if they're the ACC champion. So I personally would like to see Virginia win and then the committee do what they should do and leave them out. It won't happen because they'll be 11-2 ACC champs. So they'll put them in. And then Miami will probably get in. And what are they going to get? ACC end up with 2 freaking teams in?
Mhm.
Look, I don't like the group of 5 getting in, but I might argue to say that the extra group of 5 team might be better than Virginia. So,
I mean,
that angle.
Tulane beat Duke, and they're in the playoff.
Yeah.
They can't put 2 of them in. They can't put Tulane and then another one in.
They're going to put North Texas and not Texas. That's what they're going to put in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
I think that's what
It might if they beat Tulane. If they beat Tulane, they're going to be in. Which, dude, I think they've almost got this whole system pretty close to about as good as it can be. You have to get rid of the conference champions get in. You got to get rid of that. Just get rid of that caveat, and I think you pretty much got what it should be, right?
I mean, one other thing on it. In my opinion, I think you got to rethink how you're ranking these teams, because I'm going to tell you the top 25 ranking I showed Josh, and it is like a line. As you're going through 1 through 25, it's 0 losses, 0 loss, 0 loss, 1 lot, 1 on 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. We can't do that college football, guys. We're smarter than that.
Well, look, it's always going to be subjective, and you can argue who's better all day. We could sit there and argue Notre Dame against Miami and Notre Dame against other teams.
But don't argue who's better. Argue who resume's better. That's what everybody tells me.
I think that's debatable. I think that's debatable too, though. Really,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
who's that?
Just when you're talking about the resumes.
Yeah, but I mean, but when you're ranking them.
Because you might say, well, they beat Florida. Right. Florida's good. And somebody else might say, well, they beat Florida and Florida sucks. So it's always debatable whether the schedule is tough or not, because some people think teams are better than other people think that team is. So,
but have professionals in there that know the game.
But professionals who's a professional?
Well, I mean, you can say professional. I mean,
should be us.
No, right.
It should be us. What you talking about?
Let's go.
But I'm saying, in reality, though, who are the professionals?
Well, I mean, get people, former coaches, former athletic directors, guys that trusted, have integrity, showed a lifetime of integrity, showed that they have ethics and morals, and they ain't been involved in no bad.
Find 12 of them and let me know where they're at.
We got one in Mitch Barnhart. I promise you's one of them. He wouldn't cheat if you paid him to cheat. Now, I'm not saying I like that, but the point I'm making is that there's no way that we can, in college football, I can accept it in NFL, even though all schedules aren't created equal, because they're closer. College football schedules are so different.
Yeah,
different.
There's no way to ever do anything about it.
I'm telling you, if you look at it, they count wins and losses. I think the argument with Notre Dame, Texas right now is ridiculous. And most people are favoring Notre Dame, and it is ridiculous. Texas' resume, to me, and I bet college football, and I feel like I'm pretty good at it, is so much stronger than Notre Dame's resume.
I've seen a guy have an idea. We should probably talk about this more later. But I've seen a guy have an idea of kind of making it like divisions like in the NFL. So you'd be like,
just do away with all of them.
Yeah,
all the conference? I love it.
No. He'd still have the conferences, but they would be one geographical, okay? And then they'd say there's 10 teams in each one, or 8 or whatever it is, okay? And they would do it like the NFL to even out the schedules. You'd play everybody
That's
in
the
yours.
only way to do it.
You'd play everybody in yours, but then the number one would play the number one from the year before. The same thing is like they do in the NFL. Guy, it was a really good breakdown. I need to find it again. That would be complicated because the rosters aren't as consistent as they are
in the NFL. And look, in college, there's too many teams. It will never be like the NFL or any other league, because there's just, college basketball is the same way. It's just too many teams. There's no way to even them out. The only way would be to take, say, the Big Four conferences and have those teams play each other, and you don't play anybody else. You don't play any cupcakes. You got your Big 10, your Big 12, your ACC, and your SEC, and that is the league.
What about this?
And you like you said, instead, I would almost argue get rid of conferences altogether, and then just but still, you're never going to be able to build the perfect schedule for every.
Everybody's going to want to play Boston College.
Yeah, but you'd have to figure out a way to. Every so often you got tiers of teams. That would be the only way to do it. Here's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, however many tiers you got. And then you play this many teams from tier 1, this many from tier 2, and you rotate those teams every year. But again, you can try, and that might even make it a little closer, but there's still no way to do it.
I think there's better ways to do it. I like something like that, or like North, East, South, and West have 4 areas. And of course, the teams that come out of essentially those are your conferences. And, that way we just don't have 2 strong conferences. You have North, East, South, and West. And that's how you pull it. Because I'm going to tell you guys, a little bit of this was talked about last year, and it was brought up, but, everybody just kind of lived with it. If they leave Texas out over a Notre Dame team that's not even in the conference, the SEC will flex their muscle this time. They got screwed a little bit last year with Alabama. They will flex their muscle, and they have muscle to flex. They have a lot of leverage, and they will use it. I believe that, and I think you will see a world where you see no good out-of-conference games because you would be crazy to schedule them.
Right.
Texas is getting screwed right now because we'll get into that in a couple minutes. Again, we got off of the ACC Championship. I know Josh said he had somebody say we needed to talk more ACC. This is what happens when we try to talk ACC.
Right.
We end up talking about anything else.
Yeah, we done did conference realignment. We try to just get rid of the ACC. We tried to talk about it. We don't even want it at all.
That's great.
We just eliminated it. It's like talk more ACC. Well, it's not even a conference anymore in our podcast.
Give me a 4-loss Duke ACC champion, and I'll be happy. Either that or just selection committee have some balls and leave Virginia out after they win. So that's all I got on the ACC championship. Y'all want to get to the 2 good games?
Yeah, let's go.
God, we spent too much time on that.
We did. Well, we really didn't spend any time. We were talking about everything, but we went ahead just like, all right, the segment we're going to do on the playoff, we're just going to do it when we're supposed to be talking about Duke and Virginia.
We're excited about it. I'm excited about it.
What, Duke, Virginia?
No, the playoff.
And what sucks is they're going to put this shitty-ass game on at the same time as IU and Ohio State.
Oh, I'm sure a lot
so
of people
all our
watch that.
ACC friends out there, let me know what game you are watching at 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
Because if you're watching Virginia Duke, you're fucking lying to yourself.
You're lying.
Dude, I'll tell you what, I will be watching Virginia Duke because I will bet about $1 million the ACC is not going to let Duke win that game. They're not going to get their team left out.
That's a good angle.
That's a great angle.
Well, no, because Miami's still getting in.
Yeah, but that's an extra team for them to get in.
Oh, yeah, it'd be an extra team.
You tell me
and it would be a bad look for them not to get their champion in.
Yes, it would. It'd be a horrible look.
So that is a good angle. I might be betting Virginia too. $1 million? I go in half on it.
All right.
I'll give you $20.
All right, let's get to the real games. 4 o'clock, SEC Real Football Championship, Georgia at Alabama. 2.5 point spread. Georgia's the favorite in Atlanta, right?
Yep.
So basically a home game for Georgia. This is going to be a hell of a game. I do think Georgia can lose and still get in. Anthony, we were kind of talking about it before the show. He thinks the word is that Alabama can lose and get in. We'll get into our playoff thoughts after these last couple games. But, man, to me, if that's the case, okay, and Alabama's automatically in because the SEC or the championship games don't matter, why are we having the SEC and why are we having these championship games if they don't matter?
Because it's still a conference championship. But I'm not saying you're wrong. I get what you're saying.
For what? For some cookies?
Well, I mean, but it still matters.
Playing for some cookies?
I think it matters to Georgia and Alabama. I think to win the SEC is a big award.
It matters right now because the top 4 playoff, top 5 conferences get in, so it matters now. But even I mean, get rid of that shit too.
It can still affect seeding, whether you get a home game or a bye or that. I guess.
Yeah, no,
I hope it has some type of.
No, and it does. Yeah, I mean,
but there was an example last year where it didn't matter. I forget what it was, but there was a big example last year where it didn't matter.
What's y'all's thoughts here on this?
Yeah, Alabama got them last time, right?
Yep.
24-21.
A little payback game for Kirby.
Alabama jumped out big on them. Georgia came back in the second half.
That's what Georgia does.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, but
I didn't get a chance to make that bet in Georgia Tech. They were up like 3-0 and 7-0.
I tried to, and it clicked off. It disappeared.
Oh, they did go down 3-0, didn't
but it was still 8.
I needed 7-0. I needed at least 7.
Yeah, it went to 8.5 real quick. Yeah. And when I went to try to do it, it wouldn't do it. Anyway, Bama's got to be able to still can't run the ball.
Alabama they still cannot run the football.
They can, but they're really good at passing, and they're really good at covering the pass. I think this goes back to the rematch. I think Alabama maybe could have beat them a lot bigger. I think they came off the gas because they were up and they went to a conservative game. I think this is a very bad matchup for Georgia. Georgia's, one little Achilles heel is they're not good in their secondary. Good is what they've traditionally been. They're susceptible in the secondary. Alabama's really good at passing the ball. While they were able to win the first game, Georgia's really good at stopping the run. Well, what's that do against Alabama?
Right.
I mean,
well, we say that. I'm looking now. Alabama did have about 160 yards rushing against Auburn, and Ty Simpson only threw for 122 yards.
Yeah, they probably took that same approach that what I've been preaching him to do is that dude, if they can't beat you, don't be gambling. If you feel like your defense can shut them down, because Auburn couldn't run the ball. Auburn can only pass the ball with that new quarterback, essentially. And Alabama's probably got some of the best DBs in the country. And they probably thought, he probably finally smartened up and said, you can't beat me, which he should have done in Oklahoma. I'm not going to beat myself. Maybe DeBoer's learning.
Fucking Auburn ran for over 200 yards.
Did they really?
There was all types of rushing in that game.
But that is where Alabama's defense is. Neither one of them got good pass rushing.
The quarterback had 108, though.
Okay.
Auburn's quarterback had 108.
They're really good at guarding the pass.
Running backs only
Alabama
had
is.
44 rushing.
And really, that's, Georgia went out and brought those playmakers this year and really got some good playmakers on the edge. I'm still not sold on Gunnar Stockton. I think it showed his ugly head a little bit the other day, but he is a gamer, and I'll give him credit for being a gamer. But I think Kirby's done his best job coaching this year. I like Kirby a lot, so I'll give him a puncher's chance, and should be a hell of a game, really.
Puncher's chance?
Yeah, more than a puncher's
chance.
I didn't say that right. No, they got a solid chance, but I do like Alabama in the bet. But I would give Georgia a 30% chance to win the game.
30?
Yep.
No, I said wrong. SEC game under lights. This is 4:00 game.
That's me.
This is 4:00.
I think it's a good matchup for Alabama.
I still like it. I'm watching.
Puncher's chance? You crazy,
I think
son.
I do think Georgia caught some breaks this year, but you earned your breaks. So.
Kirby gonna
I didn't even think they looked good against Georgia Tech. I did not think they looked good against Georgia Tech.
They didn't.
Kirby going to let DeBoer get him twice in the same year?
I just think it's a bad matchup for him.
Anthony loves it. It's all about the matchup, baby.
Dude, I've just got this way over last year. I think it works. I think that's what I always heard that from some people that I respect, and I never really but now I buy into it. I just never really took that angle, and I have, and it's worked.
You've done well.
The next game, our game of the week, is obviously number 1 against number 2, but Georgia and Alabama, man, it doesn't get a whole lot better than that.
You're right, Charlie.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get to the game of the week. Everybody's game of the week. Indiana at Ohio State, number 1 against number 2. I think everybody's been waiting for this for about 6 weeks, 7 weeks. Everybody knew this was going to happen. You could look at those weak Big Ten schedules 6 weeks ago and already tell what was going to happen. Did I mention this last week on the show or did you mention it? Ohio State, every conference game this year?
Yeah, I made a TikTok about it. And they're 10-1.
That is unbelievable.
They're 10-1 against the spread. The only game they've lost against the spread was Purdue scored a last-second touchdown on them. Not last second, but last minute junk touchdown to cover. They're 10-1 against the spread and been a double-digit favorite in every conference game. Georgia has been a double-digit favorite in conference games once. I was trying to show the difference between the SEC and the Big Ten.
Yeah, and you should have added how many 28 or more point spreads there were for Indiana or Ohio State this year, because I bet you they had at least 3 games where they were favored by 27 or more.
Mm-hmm.
Has there ever been an SEC conference game with a 28-point spread?
Yep.
Seriously.
No.
So
I'm sure there has at some point, but this year, do you think there's been one SEC conference game with a 28-point spread? It was Alabama against
Kentucky and Georgia might have been the worst. 20.
What was it? 20?
21.
Yeah, you're not going to see 30-point spreads in the SEC, dude. So
it's I'd heard this on Josh Pate's radio show, so I'm not going to take credit for it. But I think it's a great example of people that's wanting to knock Texas lost to Florida. He says, quoting him, I'm not, this ain't me, but I love what he said. He said, it ain't that the SEC is like better than the Big Ten at the top, because it's not. It's just the bad teams in the SEC aren't weak. They're not bad. And the example he goes on to give is that, yes, Auburn has a bad record, but they have a lot of talent. Florida's got a bad record, but they got a lot of talent. And he said, and the example he used that I liked was, go ask Indiana about Penn State. Penn State didn't have a good record, but they were talented. And that's what you see. You don't see that in other conferences. I love that example. It's how I feel when I bet. Like, I know when I'm betting, like analyzing Florida, Auburn, I know they're good. Yes, they're not. They got a bad record, but that's just more so a product of some bad breaks, some injuries, and they lost some close games. And they consistently are playing close games. So it's not like they're not talented. There's plenty of talent there. Some conferences are bad teams and bad talent. And there's a big difference. And I think the Indiana Penn State example was great because the Big Ten don't experience that, but they experienced it that game. Yep. And they almost got their butts beat. Should have had their butts beat.
All right. So Indiana, Ohio State. Ohio State has been, when's the last time they got tested? About a month and a half ago. It's been a while.
They ain't been tested.
Since Texas, week 1?
Yep.
No, didn't they play Oregon?
Nope.
No, Indiana played Oregon.
Ohio State's had an extremely weak schedule. I
Indiana
don't mean they're
beat
not
Oregon.
good.
What's their best conference win? Penn State or something?
State? Michigan? No.
Michigan? Yeah, probably Michigan. So they got away without playing Indiana or Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue it's Penn State. I know a lot of people with Michigan, but I'd argue Penn State's slightly better than Michigan. That's me. And
So yeah, Ohio State's about to get tested for the first time in a long time. I do, I stand by that. I think they're probably the best roster, but we're going to see if that weak schedule catches up to them at any point. Ryan Day got over the hump. He beat Michigan finally.
Did y'all see that drive, that 12-minute drive? I loved it because I had them bet pretty good.
Gosh, they haven't played nobody. I mean,
And,
UCLA. Sorry, Anthony.
No, you're good.
But I'm
They had
just-
12, 13 minutes. But I don't mean they're not good. I agree. They haven't played nobody.
No,
but
it
But I
doesn't
mean,
mean
I
they're
like
good.
Ohio State too, but
they
they
took care
have
of
not been
business.
tested.
They covered every game. I
It
mean,
just makes you wonder if they can. Well, it's easy to cover when you're playing a
That's
weak
right.
ass schedule, but it just makes me think: can they go through, 4 games in a row against really top 12 teams? After having that weak ass schedule. So
I'll say
we'll
this.
see. Indiana's in the same position.
Yes.
you know.
Ah,
They've went out to Oregon.
Yeah,
at least.
that was a big win for
It
them.
was.
But that was like 6 weeks ago. It's been a long time. They've been on built-in buys since then. So both of these teams, I think they've been just kind of eyeing this game up. And does this game really matter? Because
I think it matters. I think it matters to Signetti. I think it matters to Ryan Day. I think this is a matchup of Signetti says, I'm here to take over the Big Ten. And Ryan Day says, no, I'm still the king of it.
is this game in Indy?
Yeah, I
You
think
wanna
it
go?
matters a lot. I
We
think
should go to this one.
We
It's
already
expensive.
looked- yeah, he already looked
expensive.
Last year I went to this game, the Big Ten Championship, after Ohio State lost last second. I went to the Big Ten Championship game for $15 a ticket. The cheapest one right now is $360 plus fees, so probably $4 something.
Holy shit.
Indiana's in it. The Indiana's in it.
Wow.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
nuts.
That would be a hell of a game.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see what Signetti's got, man. I'd
They
love
got
to
a good
see him.
team. They got a good team.
I would
They're
love.
real
I'm
good.
gonna have to just make myself not bet on this game because I'd be tempted to take Ohio State, and I really want to cheer for Indiana in this.
Well, I'll
one,
tell you
so.
this. I think this Indiana team's a lot better than last year. They got, some NFL players all over. They got a high-level team. Indiana might be the best team in the country. I'm going with Oregon. I told y'all, and I bet it hard. I loved Ohio State that game. I had no doubts. Now, that don't always work, but I had no doubts in that game Ohio State was going to win. And as crazy as they controlled that game, they didn't win it the way I thought they would win it. I thought they would just literally dominate the game. And I know you say, well, that's Michigan. I just thought that.
I thought the same thing. I
I
thought
just
it was going to be
thought
35 to 10.
I just did. I thought, and it still was. They still won by 19, and they had a 12-minute drive where they just ran it down their throats, and it was demoralizing for Michigan at the end. Of course, I loved it because I had them bet. I'll say this: I think sometimes when Michigan's in those big games, they play not to get beat big. I think they did it against Oklahoma. I think they did it against Ohio State. But I came away from that game not as thinking they were as untouchable as what they are because they weren't as dominant. If Michigan would have had a pass rush, dude, they might have been able to do something in the game. But to me, I don't think as highly of Ohio State as I did going into the game. I kind of like Indiana in the game. I don't know. We'll get to that in a second, but it's going to be a great matchup.
Yeah, I might just have to observe this one. Hold back on betting on this one because I know I'll be leaning Ohio State, but man, I will be cheering for Indiana. So, guys, don't let me bet on this game
I really don't love nobody in the game
unless
either.
I'm taking the points. Unless I'm taking the points in Indiana, don't let me do it. All right, just you have free reign to cuss me out if I tell you I'm about to bet on Ohio
Oh,
State.
there's only so many college football games. We'll be betting those.
No, I
games.
mean, yeah,
We're
but
betting every
I got to
game.
take Indiana.
Okay. Do the over and under. Do the over and under.
There we
That way
go.
you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I've learned that about like.
Well, I
over and
just
under.
bet an under in this game, and it's over. I mean, fuck's sakes.
Drake May.
They won't stop scoring over here. Glad I'm up this week. I had a good week too. So, all right, that's our 4 games, right?
Yep.
Before we jump on to the NFL, let's just discuss the whole playoff thing real quick. I guess nothing's really changed, right? Nothing. Well, maybe some seeding.
Yeah, it's possible
because,
seeing
Texas A&M
A&M
lost.
Texas comes into the conversation. I don't know if they'll make it, but they are in the conversation right now.
Yeah, so Texas A&M loses to Texas. Texas A&M was ranked 3rd. Where do they drop to?
7, I seen.
You
7
think
on
7?
one ranking. That wasn't the college football ranking, but I seen another ranking where they dropped to 7.
Yeah, so I think it, 5, 6, 7, somewhere around there. They'll still end up with a home playoff game. So not a crazy bad loss for them. I mean, it's going to cost them a bye almost surely it'll cost them a bye. So who's going to jump ahead of them? Georgia.
Georgia.
Georgia probably benefit by what? Maybe just one spot.
Yeah, I think
So who
they'll
else
spray.
is
They
gonna-
kind of
Texas
switch.
Tech. Who else? Who's
then-
going to jump up to 4?
I
Texas
think
Tech,
Georgia
Ole
would have
Miss?
to win that game.
So you think A&M could drop to 5, and then Texas Tech hop into the 4 spot, Georgia move up to the 3?
And then who would be 6? Ole Miss.
Yes.
So the question is, does Ole Miss jump ahead of Texas A&M?
but
And
Oregon,
maybe they drop to 6. Yeah, and Oregon too. Maybe they drop to 7. That'd be interesting to see how far Texas A&M drops. Because I could make an argument that Texas Tech should jump them, Ole Miss should jump them, and Oregon. I could make an argument that 7 probably is the spot for them.
They got a great win in South Bend.
Mm-hmm.
Texas A&M.
Yeah, but go look at their
I know
SEC
it's
schedule.
not as strong as some.
No,
but that South Bend
it's-
win strong.
Their
That's
SEC schedule might have been the worst SEC schedule in the.
and they had
SEC
a lot of
in the
big
conference.
names on it, but it was like what we talked about. It's big names that ended up not having great records. But yeah, it's not as horrible as some of the conference schedules. But yeah, it's one of the weaker SEC ones.
So that'd be interesting to see. You know, Georgia's most definitely going to number 3. Who jumps up to 4? How far does Texas A&M drop? And then what do we got after that, guys? We're looking at basically 3 or 4 teams fighting for 2 spots.
Yep,
We've got some crucial games. Okay, I know we kind of blew off the BYU Texas Tech game, but it's a win and in for BYU, right?
Yes.
You say BYU loses, they're automatically out.
Yes.
I do. I think they
100%.
are. So basically, that is a playoff game for BYU.
Is Texas Tech still in if they lose?
Yeah.
I think-
Yeah. Before we even move on, Texas Tech could very well get a bye if they win this game. But if they lose,
I think
BYU now is going to get the automatic bid, right? Which there shouldn't be, but that's a whole
I
nother
don't think
argument.
the system is. Yeah, I know y'all say it's close, but I still think there's a lot of work they got to do.
I think if you just get rid of the conference thing, it would be a whole lot better, dude. But that's a whole nother
Yeah,
argument. But yeah, I mean, look, what if Texas Tech loses?
I think Texas
they
Tech
say
is.
that, they think they're a lock.
I think they're a lock too. I think they're going to move up to 4 because we'll get the bracket tomorrow. I think they'll jump A&M at least, and they'll be a 4. I don't think you can go from a 4 seed and lose and be out.
I think Oregon might.
And I don't think they should be out if they lose. But if
I know.
I know you've heard me say, like, does this game matter? Well,
that matters.
yeah, you're going back to my pride thing. Yeah, it matters because of pride, and I get that. But does it matter, like, in the grand scheme of things? Because
Having a bye is big.
yeah, I mean, there's always an argument that it means something, but you know,
No.
I don't think Texas Tech should be out by any means, even if they lose this game. Now, what if they lose by 4 touchdowns? Does it matter then? Does that factor into their? Because if you're saying they're going to be 4 tomorrow, right?
They could be.
Most likely they'll be 4. But if they lose, they might not drop out, but they're going to drop pretty far.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you think they'd be 9, 10, 11, right?
Mhm.
So that's an
So
important.
then we're losing.
Can the Big Ten have the 3 of the top 4 seeds? I think they can.
Yeah.
3 of the top 4.
No, because that Oregon's 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Oregon's not going to
Ole
jump
Miss-
Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I don't think Oregon would jump Ole Miss. They wouldn't let Oregon jump Ole
Okay.
Miss because they lost their coach, would they?
No.
Well, I mean, we
I say
did see
that, now
we
they-
did see
Well,
it.
yeah.
We did see it with Florida State. I know that was when it was still 4 teams, but we saw it with Florida State, undefeated, lost their quarterback, and they got left
I
out.
wonder if Ole Miss had dropped this week from a 6 to maybe a 10
They could.
because they lost their coach.
I
That'd be
think it does
dirty,
matter.
dude.
That'd be wild. That's
I-
something
dirty.
interesting to see.
I think it's where Ole Miss belongs. I like Ole Miss, but I think they belong somewhere. Their defense just ain't good enough. Their offense is so fun to watch. I love Trinidad, one of my favorites, but their
Yeah,
defense
but
is
I
mediocre.
mean, resume. Look, like they've earned it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they've played themselves into a 10 seed. I think Ole
No,
Miss
I
is.
agree.
I mean, it could get really
But they-
squirrely.
but I think
I'm not
that's-
saying that's what they are, but
No.
that they've played themselves to that spot.
But then you
I
get
don't
North
think they should lose it because they lose their coach.
and then North Texas. Say they beat Tulane. Does Tulane drop out?
I'm glad we saved this for about last because I'm going to clown some people here.
Well,
This is
before we get,
ridiculous, dude.
so for
Neither one of them teams should be in. I don't care if they win the game by 100. I don't care. Tulane's not a top 12 team. North Texas is not a top 12 team. Why are we wasting one of these spots?
Oh,
on
I'm
these
with you.
teams?
And listen here, we got 2 teams that I don't believe this, but I am in the minority, so I will say that. I think the committee, if they're football people, will look at that and go the other way. But there's 2 teams on the outside looking in right now, it looks like Vanderbilt and Texas. And one of my problems is is Notre Dame. Listen, I like Notre Dame. If you follow the show, I'm high on them. I do believe they're one of the top 12 teams. I think they got a shot to win it. I do. But I think if you put Texas in there, they'd have a shot to win it. I think Texas is really starting to come together. But that's besides the point. It should be by what you've done, okay? And if you look at Notre Dame's resume, it's a weak resume. They got one top 25 win.
Mm-hmm.
One. And it's not even a top 10 win. I still think Notre Dame's a very good team. But I think when you're comparing Texas's resume to Notre Dame's resume, even though Texas has one more loss, as an analyzer of football games, I feel like I'm pretty good at that. And I feel like I have a pretty good grasp of college football. It's not even close.
Right.
I mean, Texas, and here's my argument. I just want to say this because I've looked at the schedule a million times. Texas has 3 wins against playoff level teams. Oklahoma, which is in, A&M, which is in, and Vanderbilt, which is right there on the edge. 3 high-level wins. They played Ohio State better than anybody else played them and outgained them. Okay? There is a common opponent in this, Texas A&M. Texas beat them. Notre Dame didn't. All those arguments, and we're talking about one loss against a talented Florida team. Are we just counting wins and losses? Notre Dame got 1 win against a number 20 team.
Well, I'll tell you what that is a lot closer than. Texas versus North Texas, or Notre Dame versus North Texas, or Notre Dame versus Tulane, or Texas versus Tulane.
Or either one of them works.
So how about
BYU.
let's just put Notre Dame, Texas, and Vandy all in and
like
get
it.
all the shitty-ass
That's who
Virginia,
belongs. That's
get
who
them
belongs.
out. Tulane, get them out. No disrespect, but like we said a couple weeks ago, can we make the NIT bracket for these teams? Let's have a second bracket. I'm good with that.
Notre Dame belongs.
I would actually watch it.
I would.
Let's put the 13 through
the players
24
play, though.
in. Give your Tulanes and whoever else, give them their spot in that tournament. But they don't deserve to be in the top 12.
I agree.
We should not go through a whole freaking season and watching these teams beat up on each other. These teams that we know are good: Texas, Vandy, Notre Dame, Miami. I don't even think Miami's great. Miami is way better than Tulane or North Texas.
Let me tell you a problem I have with
Or
that.
James Madison.
They were talking about putting in Notre Dame over Miami if it came down to it. We got 2 teams with two losses, and they played each other, and Miami won.
Yes.
Like, these people out of their mind with Notre Dame. They just are. I like Notre Dame. Do I think they're good enough? Hell yeah, I think they're good enough. But that ain't what this is about. This is about who deserves to be in with the teams that are available within the parameters of the college football playoffs. Yes, I don't think Tulane should be in. But
Yeah, take away that Tulane spot, and we're not having the conversation
no
that
doubt,
you're
man,
having
but
right
we
now.
can't do that
Because
this
they're
year.
all in.
I agree. I love it. I love it. I love it.
It's real simple.
Yeah.
Stop giving away fucking consolation prizes. I
I-
mean, it's not even a consolation prize. You're giving them a chance. Like, they don't have a chance because they're not going to win it all. But, dude, let them have their own bracket or add on. Like, I don't even want it to get bigger, but make it
16?
Make it. I don't know.
But then they were
I like
arguing-
the group of 32 teams, and
They
then
were
we
arguing
can.
over- they
then
were
we
arguing
can
over Missouri and Tennessee.
But I could take Tulane over whoever the 28th best team is. That's a little bit different than taking Tulane over a top 11 or 12 team that could maybe really win the national championship.
I can live with the group of 5. I like the idea of having the automatic bid for the group of 5 where maybe you don't. But they got to be top 10
I can't
ranked.
believe you like that.
Well, but they got to be top 10 ranked. Because I want to give them a chance to get in it for somebody who don't have a hard schedule, but they got to be top 10.
How
They
does a
can't-
team like that even get to the
If they
top
go
10?
undefeated? If they go undefeated right now, what we're facing right now is a bunch of teams. There really ain't no dominant group of 5 team. I think a lot of that goes with NIL and players.
Yeah,
get plugged.
Tulane lost to Ole Miss.
Yeah, but
By a
it's-
lot, didn't they? Didn't they get beat pretty good?
But we've
Or
seen
am I
some,
wrong
we've seen
about
some
that?
teams in those conferences before that, it'd been nice to have them in there. But you got to be ranked so high or that rule goes out the window and it goes out to an outright. But this is my thing. I would tell people, this will be out before the playoff thing comes out next week. Just take a second and look at the Notre Dame and Texas resume. Just look at it if you're a college football person and break it down. Remember, you got a common opponent. Look at the wins. Look at, who they beat. And when you do that, if you can honestly tell me that Notre Dame resume's better, then me and you don't see things the same. Because to me, it's not even close.
Oh, did you see that? Dude, he just kicked the ground. Watch this. I've never seen that happen.
Cheating.
I have never. Dude, he's lucky he didn't break his foot. Dude, that had to
He broke
hurt,
his
right?
foot. Yeah, he probably broke his toe.
Have you ever seen that happen?
Never.
The
At
guy,
any level of
He
football.
dug his foot in so hard that he didn't even kick the ball.
the guy from the mob told him, if you make this one, son, your family's
You can't
dead.
get it
out. Bro,
He
you can-
ain't even putting it in there.
You can
He
fake
ain't
it
putting
better than
in
you can fake it
Yeah.
better than that.
You can just
dude.
push it left
I
and
know,
right.
babe.
You just
I'm
gotta.
kicking it into my
when,
line.
when your family's life's on the line, you don't even kick it, dude. I like it.
We done with the
Yeah.
playoff.
Yeah.
Y'all got
It'll come
any?
out next week.
I
So
mean, y'all got any other thoughts? I think that's basically what
Yeah.
it comes down to, right?
Vandy deserves to
Vandy,
be in.
Vandy, Texas trying to get in, right?
Yep.
Those are basically the two.
Yep.
Is there a third team that's
Nope,
maybe
that's it.
right there?
No,
Oh,
that's
it.
BYU, but they're
BYU,
like
yeah.
they're basically playing a playoff
Yep.
game this
Yeah.
weekend. So
But
we'll talk more on that.
real quick, I texted a couple people yesterday and they didn't know. But during y'all was watching Colts, right?
I had it on, but
Okay.
I
I seen
wasn't
the play.
locked in.
Well, no, I'm not talking about any particular play. You know, they were playing at Indy, right? Why were their jerseys all dirty?
I don't know. I seen you texted that.
Like it looked like the field had gotten wet or something. It was weird, because Colts had on white pants. So I'm
Both
wondering,
teams.
yeah. So at first I thought maybe you've seen they've done those army
Yeah,
camo. So at
yeah.
first I thought it was that. But I'm wondering if they played Indiana high school playoff games there and left the fucking roof open or something on accident. I don't know what happened.
Maybe.
And I tried to Google it, go on Twitter, and there was
Nobody
nothing.
said- no.
And the commentator brought it up. Did you look something up? Did you just
No,
find
I
it?
didn't say, were you doing shrooms or anything like
No,
that?
no. The guy commentating the game, he noticed it at the beginning. He goes, why are their jerseys all dirty? So I started paying attention and they never brought it up.
Let us know, guys, if y'all know the answer to that.
Let me
Why were
read
the
it.
Colts and the Texans jerseys dirty while they were playing on turf?
I'll read what they got. The Colts' white uniforms appear dirty during the game against the Texans yesterday because of the natural acclimation of grass stains and dirt from playing on grass field. This is a common occurrence in football, especially for teams wearing white or light colored uniforms. That's 2025. We're in 2026. So.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Okay, I'm stupid. I'm getting old.
All
I
right.
don't even know the damn year. And I swear to you, I thought it was 2026. I didn't make a mistake.
We're not there yet, but we're close.
You can tell I don't write checks.
All right, let's get into these NFL games. Let's see. First game Thursday night, Dallas at Detroit. Dallas is hot right now. The offense is lighting it on fire. Detroit is having major issues right now. I mean, they've got to figure some stuff out. Dropped what? Second straight?
Yeah.
They dropped their second
I think
straight on
Packers are a
Thanksgiving.
bad matchup for Detroit, the way they can stop the run.
Detroit at home here. They're 3.5 favorites over Dallas on Thursday night.
I like, and I know I'm going to steal Anthony's tag, but we both like the way the Cowboys are playing right now. He likes the additions that they made on defense. Their offense is great as much as we.
It might be the best offense in football. Maybe it is. It is. I'll say it. It's the best offense in football. They're good. Dak is dealing, and he's got some guys to deal with, and their
Pickens
offensive
is a
line is
beast.
really good. Pickens and Lamb, and that offensive line is really good. Hey, I like to see them just run the ball more. They're really good at running the ball. They're good. If that defense plays at that level, Dallas is a problem for everybody.
Until January.
I mean, I'm always willing to crap on the Cowboys, but I give them the respect. They've been playing some good ball. They've been playing entertaining ball.
Everybody needs to apologize to Jerry Jones. All over ESPN, everybody laughed at the old man. The old man made a power move, son.
Nah, the old man's been making bad moves for 25
Well,
years.
maybe he did. He made a good one this time.
He did.
He made a
ain't
good
won
one
a
this
damn
time.
Super Bowl in 25 years. America's team.
That Quentin Williams they brought in, he's been a big addition for that team. Big addition.
I'm just about done with Detroit. They've got some issues, got some injuries. Dan Campbell just will not stop going for it on fourth down. He goes for it every time.
And I text these guys every time he does it.
This is
respect
probably
it.
the time to bet Detroit, though, because everybody is probably starting to get down on them. But I do think they're running into a red hot Dallas, and this is normally a time I would love to bet a team like Detroit because I always like to try to go. Like when public perception is starting to drop, I feel like there's value there. And I feel like it's when teams play their best too. But I think they're running into a hot Dallas team. So I won't really like that angle that much. But it'll probably keep me off a game from either side.
Who y'all picking?
Dan Campbell needs to start taking the points every once in a while. Because
he's leaving 3 points all day.
there's
It's
no
all
telling
across.
how many points he's left on the field this year. And look, I can respect the fact that he sticks to his guns, but sometimes you can't just, I don't know if it's turning into a stubborn thing or what, but it's getting a little bit out of hand, to be honest.
All across football, but yeah, I'm with you on that.
It is all. You're
Hey,
right. It is all
we
across
can go-
football.
Slight tangent here, and we'll get back. But dude, you go back to the Texas Ohio State game. Texas went for it a couple times at the beginning of that game
Yes,
in
they
a
did.
7-point game.
1 yard line and 5 yard line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And got stopped.
Dude,
both
it
times.
took points.
It really is happening all across. 4th and 2, anywhere near midfield,
Drake May is
you're going for it. 4th and 2, 4th and 3 back in 15 years ago, anywhere midfield, you're punting.
Yeah.
Taking your 5-yard penalty on the delay of game and you're punting.
Mhm.
There's a happy medium. There's a
There
happy
is,
medium because
and-
them guys were too conservative back then.
They were.
There's
Dan
times.
Campbell can't find that at all.
Well,
He's just like, F it, I'm going for
Yeah,
it.
we're not in the happy medium time right now. We're in the crazy go for it on 4th down almost every time.
Right, he's
It's
over there playing
nuts.
Madden.
They do it to appease the fans, and they know the fans got their back. The fans will always have your back when you choose offense over defense. I'm just telling you that 90% of fans, they want offense, they don't want defense. That's the truth. I would argue with anybody till I'm blue in the face. I think they're simple-minded football people, but that's how people are, the average fan.
Yeah, I'm about done with Detroit, but I'm taking them anyways. Dallas is going to have to come back down. They're really high right now. Dak will figure out a way to fuck it up this week at Detroit. Detroit's looking for a bounce back. If they drop 2 straight or 3, at least 2, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to take Detroit on the bounce back here at home.
I hate this game.
Who you got?
I like both of them. I don't want to pick.
I know you're picking Dallas. Just go ahead and say
No,
it.
I'm not. This is a time to bet Detroit. I'll take Detroit.
All right,
I don't know
I'll
who
go-
I bet by game time, but on this show, I'll take Detroit.
I'll go against you. I'm Cowboy up, baby. Let's go.
All right, Indy at Jacksonville. This is a huge division game right here. Matter of fact, I think Jacksonville might be in first place right now. Are they?
Yeah.
My Jacksonville Jaguars are in first, baby. And what is it, week 13, 14? Let's go. If it wasn't for the Steelers just shitting down their leg the last few weeks, my little parlay future bet of Pittsburgh to win the division and Jacksonville would be looking so good right now. Oh,
What's,
come on, Pittsburgh. Get it together.
Who's all in that division with Jacksonville?
Just
Colts,
Indy and
Texans,
Houston, and
and
Tennessee.
yeah,
They
Houston-
don't
Hey,
even
Houston's
count.
heating up. Son.
They
They are. They got
And
Stroud
I'll
back.
tell you what.
Houston's got the best defense in the NFL.
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
And their
so-
offense is showing signs of life. I'm not saying it's good, but it's showing signs
Well,
of life.
Stroud's been hurt. He came back, and he looked
I
good
feel like
against
they were
Indy.
playing pretty good without Stroud there for a while.
Yeah,
That
they did.
offensive line
They
was
won
pretty
three.
bad.
They won 3 in a row without him.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence has got like 18 touchdowns and like 14 interceptions, but they're still winning somehow. I do think they've got a little bit lucky this year, but they're a complete team.
They got
I mean,
a
they're
good
balanced.
team.
Yeah,
got a
they
good
are. They
overtime,
got a good
pass
defense,
rush, yes.
real good pass rush. The
Yeah.
running game is doing good right now, and the supporting cast is kind of helping Trevor Lawrence out because I'm not saying he's playing terrible, but he's not protecting the ball very well right now. But they're in first
They
place.
were close
and,
a couple years back.
I got a hot
so.
take for you here.
We got
You know who the Jags are?
who are the Jags?
They're just a more unlucky Denver Broncos.
Oh, no, they're not.
Ma-
Denver's good, y'all. Denver is good.
Jacksonville's
Y'all know why y'all don't think
Jacksonville's
they're
good.
good. Let me tell you why y'all don't think they're good. It goes back to that defensive thing and running the ball.
they-
They are really
no,
good.
no,
I
dude.
just
no,
think
They
no.
are really good.
they just dude,
I'm looking at the luck factor. on
They
them.
are good.
just
They are
just the
good.
Randall, the fourth quarter comebacks and everything they do. I'm just throwing hot takes out there.
I got you. I love it, dude. I love it. It's fun.
Look, Daniel Jones is apparently playing on a broken leg. I don't know how that. Oh,
New England is hitting
Yeah.
tonight, son.
New
New
England,
England is
dude,
hitting
they
tonight.
rocked him the whole night.
hey,
That dude might be dead.
This
I
is
thought
old
he
school
was
football tonight.
knocked out, dude.
This is
He
old
was.
school football.
He's over napping on the turf.
We're talking about all these teams. We better get on the
I know.
Patriots, son.
Oh,
He done
that's
lost his
ugly,
mouthpiece.
Teddy
dude.
Bruschi's back.
Bro,
Teddy
Oh.
Bruschi's back.
That was ugly, dude. Talk about helmet to helmet, boy.
Ooh.
Damn.
Was it helmet to helmet?
Oh my
Yes, it
goodness,
was.
dude. First contact.
It wasn't worse than that Iowa one. Did y'all see the Iowa Nebraska game?
Oh.
They say the Nebraska people went nuts.
No, that one was bad though, dude.
It
That
wasn't
was
worse
bad.
than that
He
Iowa
might have been
one.
out for a second.
Yeah, look at
He
him.
got up pretty quick, but I don't
If-
know if he knows where he's at right now.
If y'all get a chance, go watch the Iowa Nebraska helmet to helmet. When they teach referees what helmet to helmet is, they use that play.
They're going to use that one too because that was rough, dude.
Man,
He is.
he is
seeing
his brain
stars.
is mayonnaise right now.
He
Gosh.
led with his face. Did he lead with the face mask? I didn't think he led with the crown of his helmet. I didn't see it well.
They didn't call a penalty.
I don't think it's
What?
helmet to helmet. He led
Yeah,
with the face mask.
Bro,
Yeah.
that was, I don't know about that. That was
My
about as
gosh.
bad as it gets, I think.
I'm- But
I'm going Jacksonville. Look, like I said, Daniel Jones is on a broken leg. Were they going to have Anthony Richardson back in the game?
No, we got somebody else. I don't think Richardson's coming back.
Give me Jacksonville at home. This is a huge game for them. Try to stay in first place and get a little separation from Indy, who has, been damn near the best team in the NFL, and Jacksonville's looking to maybe go up a game and a half on them here. So I'm taking Jacksonville.
Are they not going to give Richardson a go at it?
I don't think so.
Are they going to try trading? What are they going to try to do?
I think they're going to end up trying to trade him.
Yeah. I would give him another shot. I'd give Levis another shot.
They got Joe Flacco now since Cincinnati don't need him no more. Yeah.
Bringing in Jameis, baby. He's done with the rotating back down to the Colts for a week or two. All-time free agent, all-time quarterback.
There you go. I like that. I like that better. The all-time free agent. There you go.
But,
Josh, you taking your boys in this game?
I'm going reverse jinx. I'm taking the Jags.
Right.
Go Jags.
There we go.
Gotta go Colts.
Josh is getting desperate.
He is.
Hey, Josh, you know I love you. I couldn't pay him with you, dog. I can't even deal with you during Kentucky games, dog. I turn you off. I love you, but I can't. You just paying a little different than me, dog. I'm over here ready to fucking kill a motherfucker, dog. And them texts come through sometimes.
Josh is like, I hate Kentucky. Fucking Mark Stoops sucks. Fucking
I get it. Some people fan like that. I get it, but man,
I love it.
Josh has always been like that, the most negative, overreacted, biggest overreaction at the moment. Josh does that.
Was like that.
Grandpa Josh here.
Yeah.
Who you got, Anthony?
I'll take the Colts.
All right, here we go.
Richardson coming back. That card. They're gonna bring. It's gonna be the AR show. What a difference a year makes. Out with Daniel Jones, in with AR.
He's gonna come in and take us to the promised land.
That's
Well,
right.
Well, you said we should jump on the Patriots. They are currently the number one team in the AFC if the playoffs started right now. That is crazy. And the number one team in the NFC is even crazier. The Chicago Bears are the number one seed right now in the NFC. That's crazy. Chicago is at Green Bay. The number one seed in the NFC is a 6.5 point underdog.
That's wild.
But Chicago is playing really good, even though I do think they might actually be the Denver Broncos Junior because Chicago gets super lucky too. I think they're maybe a year ahead of time, but playing really good. I love the coach. I'm taking Chicago in the upset. Even though, dude, they've got to come down at some point.
That's why I'm taking
the
the
Packers. They really do. They've won like
that's the only
8
reason I'm
straight.
picking the Packers, because they just keep winning.
I'm taking the Packers.
And I mean, Caleb Williams, he's just good enough. And they keep winning. But I think they regress. Finally. Go Pack, go.
Yeah, I'm switching mine. I'm going Green Bay too. Chicago has to lose. They haven't lost in like 2 months.
I know if I was the face Green Bay, I would blitz Jordan Love a lot. I think he's a different quarterback when you let him set back in the pocket versus not. You got to get pressure on Jordan Love because he looks great when you let him set back here and let the play develop. But when you don't, I feel like, he's a different quarterback. The Bears beat Philly, but I'm telling you, people are playing Philly the same way. They're taking the run away. They're stacking the box and daring Jalen Hurts to beat him. And there should be plays there for Jalen Hurts. But the theory is you're going to hit some of them, but you're not a good enough passer to hit the majority of them. And that's how people are playing them. Saquon just had like 55 yards on like 14 carries, I think it was. And Denver was the first team to do it.
Yeah, they haven't run the ball well since.
No.
So and they got, not to interrupt, but this matchup is going to happen twice in the next 3 weeks.
I like the Packers. I think Packers are really good. I think we thought they were good, then we had questions.
We jumped off of them for a little bit.
But they're good, man. They're good. They're a good football team.
You taking the Pack too?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Sunday night. Actually, real quick, we'll backtrack a little bit. Back to a Sunday 1:00 game. Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Look, I know the records don't suggest this is a great game, but I think this is first or tied for first.
Yeah,
maybe.
somebody's got to win this division.
Yeah,
somebody's making the playoffs.
They might be tied. Matter of fact, Baltimore might have went up on Pittsburgh now that Pittsburgh lost the other day. But either way, it's probably within a game or a half game. It's close. So this is a huge game. Pittsburgh is kind of
they're tied at 6-6 in the division.
So Pittsburgh kind of fallen. I mean, not kind of. I feel like they've lost like 4 of their last 5 or 3 of their last 5 or something. They're on a pretty bad pace right now in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Aaron Rodgers has got like 4 breaks in his hand. Did you see the hit that he took?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see it?
Mm-mm.
You didn't see that sack that he took that put him out of the game?
Mm-mm.
dude, he got smoked.
Dude.
And then he comes up and his face is all, his nose is all bleeding. Just got his face smashed right into the ground.
Dude, you have to push this meme up on the show. I'll send it to you. It's Aaron Rodgers. He's sitting on the bench and he's got this little black toboggan on, and he had like the tape across his nose. And somebody goes, "It looks like he tried to break into Kevin McAllister's house on Christmas."
Somebody's telling
He did kind of look like him. He did. Well, dude, I promise you this: go back and watch that sack that he took, and when he rolled over and he kind of sat up, you could see it in his face. He's like, "Why did I come back for this shit?" Now I've got brakes in my hand. I'm trying to tough it out. I know we talk about players not playing through injuries. There's been a handful this year that I forgot to mention, but this is one of them. Dude's got like 3 breaks in his hand. He had a cast on. He's out there trying to play. Got smashed. But I promise you, as soon as he turned over, he was thinking, reevaluating his life. Because he got smashed, dude.
He's thinking, dude, I need to get out too old
yeah,
for
he
shit.
is. He went from having a hurt hand to his hand even hurt more, and then his face, his nose is all busted up. Yeah, it was bad. Look, Pittsburgh needs to get better on the defensive side. I don't know if there's really time for that. I mean, I guess you could make some adjustments. I don't know how much better they can get. Baltimore's kind of on a roll here. Everything in me wants to cheer and take Pittsburgh, but I'm taking the Ravens. I mean, I hate it, but I think Pittsburgh's in a bad spot right now.
For me, I would say Pittsburgh's defense is bad and Baltimore go all over it. But Baltimore just played the Bengals and couldn't get that offense going. Look,
Reverse
I kind of
jinx.
predicted this. I said, as soon as Lamar's legs go, he won't be an effective quarterback because that's what made him effective. You know, his ability to scramble and be explosive. They used to put 2 spies on him. My wife's cousin, huge Lamar fan. He kept saying, he said his legs ain't there. And he's a pretty smart guy. He says his legs ain't there. His legs ain't there.
He might still be hurt.
That's what I think.
Yeah, he might.
Whatever it is, his legs ain't there. And I'm going to tell you, him as a pocket passer, they're not going to win games.
Well, they said it was a hamstring, right? When he got hurt?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so he might be out there trying to tough it out a little bit too, for real.
I'll say the same thing that I think Kentucky did against Louisville, that I think Baltimore did against Cincinnati. I think they abandoned the run too early, dude. They're a running team. If you're a running team, for your offensive work, you got to run the ball. It ain't even so much about getting the yard. It's about setting up the play action, setting up. Look, you know, it's over. Butch Hamden did a horrible job calling that game, and I know they probably felt pressure. We don't got pass protection to be just dropping back. We abandoned the run way early in that game, and you just can't drop back and do that when you don't have those kind of pass protectors. Now, you can do it when you play action it, and everybody's scared of the run, so they bring in run defenses. But I think it happened to Baltimore.
He had a bunch of rushing yards in the first quarter. Then he got like 1 carry in the second quarter.
I didn't get it.
And then he ran a little more in the third quarter, and then didn't touch the ball again in the fourth. It was weird how they did. I saw
they were
breakdown.
down. They were down, but still, you got to look at.
You can't just
you got to be smart enough to know where you are as a team and your offense is. And if you're a team that needs to run the ball to pass it at that moment, if you know Lamar's legs are gone, then that's what you got to do. You know, and be patient. And hopefully, it works its way back into something.
So who are you taking?
I'll take Pittsburgh. I think it's beginning.
I'm trying to put the damn reverse jinx like Josh did on.
I like the Ravens. They're better than that, than what they showed against the Bengals. I think they had 5 turnovers. I thought that was a bad pass interference call.
Dude, Lamar's he didn't like he wanted to run it, dude.
And then your other boy comes across, gets the ball ripped out at the inch line. It cost them 2 touchdowns. Those 2 plays. That's the difference in the ball game. Those 2 turnovers.
Bengals had a couple where they could have scored some touchdowns. That one receiver quit running. The announcer made a point, said, you know, when Joe's out there, it's a little bit different. Like, you keep running on routes, you know, because, you know, it's never over. I thought Joe really had a good comeback game.
Yeah, I like Joe Burrow a lot. Yeah, and he's one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch.
He definitely had a good comeback, for sure.
But I think Ravens, they want this game. There's some drama going on in Pittsburgh. I'm not going to bring it up. It's inside info. But I think the Ravens win this game.
All right, last NFL game, Houston. This is Sunday night, Houston at Kansas City. This might just be basically a playoff game for Kansas City. I know we've kind of hinted towards it the last couple of weeks on a must win, but I really think this might be it for Kansas City. Must win. They're at home against Houston, who is actually trending up right now. Just got Stroud back last week after actually winning 3 games in a row without Stroud. And then they beat the Colts yesterday. So Houston's trending up. I think they have the best defense in the NFL. They're going to give Kansas City a lot of trouble, but I am going to take Kansas City here. I mean, do or die game at home. I'm gonna ride with Kansas City.
Who you got, Josh?
I don't know. I like the way the Texans are playing. I thought they looked really good against the Colts. And the Chiefs, you just don't know what you're going to get. They're so up and down. I mean, and their schedule's been really difficult.
Their schedule has been.
Y'all know I've been Houston
tough
all year. Even when they were down, I try to stick with them, and I feel like they are starting to come out. So it's making me feel good about that. But I like Kansas City. I think Kansas City's played some really tough games, dude.
Just off the top of my head, I feel like Kansas City and Philly both have like good teams almost every single week. Kansas City has. It seems like they've got a.
Caught teams at a bad time. Like you would have much rather caught Dallas at the beginning of the year.
You said you're taking Kansas City,
or would have rather caught the Texans 2-3 weeks ago.
I'm gonna tell you, I think that matters because that Florida thing. I told you they had that Dallas Wilson, that superstar freshman, that 1 game or 2 games against Texas. That's all they had. I think that happens in the NFL too, where like catching the team at the right time. The Cowboys would have been an easy victory early in the year, but right now they're a hard out.
I'll go against you guys. I'll take the Texans.
Taking the Texans
Give me Houston
on the road. That'd be a huge win.
It's one of my favorite uniforms.
That would be a huge win for Houston. We talk about the game with Indy and Jacksonville basically being for first place in the division, but Houston's got to be creeping up right behind them, right? A win here against Kansas City, along with Indy or Jacksonville, one of them is going to lose, would be a big win for Houston too. So that's going to be a really good Sunday night game.
Check out the schedule real quick.
What's that?
So the Chiefs playing Houston this week. Cowboys last week, which at point they were really good. The Colts the week before. The Broncos, the Bills, they Commanders easy, Raiders easy. Then they go back to the Lions, the Jaguars, the Ravens, which Ravens were good at the beginning of the year. The Giants, and then the Eagles. Right. That freaking schedule is loaded.
Brutal, man. Yeah, dude, Texans 1 game back. They're 7-5. Colts and Jags both at 8-4.
We can all agree Texans got best defense in football.
Yeah,
right?
they're nasty.
Yeah, they're good at defense. They're good at that defensive stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get back to these college games and let's pick our winners. BYU at Texas Tech. You know what I got? Texas Tech by 1 million.
I had a matchup for BYU.
I was on Texas Tech early. One of my favorite teams. We always talk about. They spent the most money, or some of the most money, on their players. I like Texas Tech.
But Anthony, you taking Texas Tech,
they're
right?
A perfect matchup for BYU. That's a horrible matchup for BYU.
Duke at Virginia.
Are we going to start talking about the playoff alignment again? As we were doing Duke and Virginia, I didn't know if you want to talk about something else.
What? What were we talking about?
Because we didn't talk about Duke, Virginia earlier.
Oh, no. I don't want to talk anything about it. I'm going to pick Duke because that's what I want. I want Duke to win and have 4 losses as an ACC champ and leave them out. Go ahead and let Miami in. But what kind of look would it be for the ACC for their champion to not get in the tournament? Give me Duke in the upset. Where do they play this game?
Charlotte, North Carolina, baby.
Okay.
I guess they play where the Panthers play.
Yeah, give me Duke, baby.
ACC's not letting that happen. They're gonna push.
That is a good angle.
Yeah.
So you taking Virginia?
Yeah, I'm going Virginia too.
Yeah, that's probably the right angle because you're right. ACC, they do not want Duke to win this game.
There'll be some payoffs.
Yeah, the referees,
players. It'd be a combo of everything. Yeah. That way it don't look obvious.
Some weird push happens with a fumble.
You get to the player. The referees can look obvious at times. The players, that's easier.
SEC, Georgia at Alabama. Go Dogs, baby. I'm rolling with them, dude. I'm rolling with them. I love Ty Simpson. And I do like the Alabama team, but I'm taking Georgia. I'm riding with them. I've been with them all year. It was my preseason national champion pick, and I am sticking with them. Anthony, what you got?
I had a chance to watch Sayin really closely this past week. Ohio State don't play much, so there ain't been a lot of big games to watch. I was wondering, where they were, like Ty Simpson versus Sayin. Sayin can't tie Ty Simpson's shoes right now. I think Sayin's good.
Mm-hmm.
Simpson's good, dude. You think about a team that can't run the ball and then they're still that good. They're one-dimensional and they're still that good. I think that says their passing game's legit. I do think their running game will catch up to them all eventually. But being able to be that good and not being able to run the ball, I think says a lot about you.
Alabama's already beat them once this year. It's a revenge game for Kirby.
I'm going Georgia with the payback.
And you got Alabama?
Yep.
Anthony? All right, game of the week, game of the year. Number 1 against number 2, Indiana verse. Matter of fact, it's in Indiana, right?
Yeah, it's at Indianapolis.
Ohio State at Indiana, in Indiana,
Watch out for the
versus
wet field.
Indiana, something. Signetti, can he get it done? Can he win the Big Ten and beat the big almighty Ohio State? I'm going to let y'all go first here. I'm on the fence. I don't know what to do.
Signetti is an egomaniac. I believe that with all my heart. I do think he's a great coach. I want to see him get his ass whooped because I just think I don't like how he runs up scores on people and stuff. But I think he's good. Yes, I think he's really good. I think this is a matchup of Ryan Day and Signetti. Signetti trying to say that he's here. He's here. This is his league now. And I think Ryan Day will be here to say, no, this is my league. You know, the word on Ryan Day and Ohio State was they weren't physical. Well, they went on a 12-minute something drive against Michigan. And I think that for the last couple of years, they showed they really are physical. I think that's kind of who they are. I think that's their identity. Should be a hell of a game, guys. If anybody out there is a lot of people believe this, Indiana ain't that good. They ain't played nobody. That is true. They haven't played much. But this is even better, a lot better than the Indiana team last year. They got 2 NFL wide receivers out there. They got maybe the first quarterback taken. Their defense is really good. They're a really good football team. Heck of a matchup because I think so highly of Ohio State. This is a matchup for the ages. I really don't want to pick this game because I really don't have no clue. But if I have to pick for that,
let's just let the snacks pick. Then.
Okay, I like.
You let the snacks pick this one.
I like.
You got to pick, or you let the snacks pick?
I got to pick.
You got to. All right, well, make your pick.
I'll make my pick. Everything he said about Ryan Day wanting to put Signetti in his place and shut him up, and I think that's what Ohio State's going to do.
Okay.
I mean, is this a letdown game, though? I mean, Ryan Day just got the win he wanted last week.
He ain't done.
He got the win he wanted. He got his national championship last year. He got his win he needed last week to get the fans off of his back.
He's working on legacy right now because he's a guy that he never could get over the hump, but he won all those games. Now he's working on legacy.
I think you even said he was born on third base, didn't you?
No, that was Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh is not college. Hey, Jim Harbaugh ain't college football no more. He still wouldn't be winning the game, son. Hey, Jim was building something special there.
He was.
All right, so Josh,
I'm gonna go out before the snacks. I'm going Ohio State.
Ohio State. Well, we brought back the Buckeyes. Look, Ohio State. This is their 3rd appearance in the Blitz the Bookie game of the week. So
they say we're SEC homers.
Yeah, no,
they say we're SEC homers. We got Ohio State 3 times.
I think the 3 best teams in the country are probably in the Big Ten.
Yeah, look, you heard. Look, he just said it.
The only 3-time appearing team in Blitz the Bookie game of the week is a Big Ten team. So we brought back the Buckeyes. Look, Ohio State, the Buckeyes are classic. We had them in week 1 against Texas. What did we do last?
Texas was the.
We had Ohio State a second time, though, just a couple weeks ago.
We did some pie or something. Then we do some
cherry pie or something?
Yeah, probably.
We had something. But look, we had to bring back the Buckeyes. This is the classic. It's the championship game. It's only right. Get a Buckeye. Everybody get you a Buckeye. These things are so good. I already know. Mm-hmm. It's like a huge Reese cup. But actually, I think they're better than Reese's.
They are.
And then, Josh, go ahead and tell us what we got here for Indiana this week.
We're running out of state treats. Honestly, we're heading down to Munster, Indiana.
That's so good
with the Zombie Dust Pale Ale. 3 Floyds. It's in Munster, Indiana. It's a brewery in Indiana. So I was like, hey, you know what? If you're having chocolate and peanut butter, may as well have a really bad IPA.
Undead Pale Ale. Just to be,
is this going to kill me?
Just to be fair, I'm not a huge beer drinker, and I definitely don't drink this type of beer. So. It says this intensely hopped and gushing undead pale ale will be one only respite after the zombie apocalypse. Created with our marvelous friends in the comic industry.
Does this shit sell?
I don't know.
Well, Josh said he ran into a sales rep, and the sales rep first question was, "Why are you getting that shit?" So that guy needs to be better at his job.
I like how they bring up the zombie apocalypse because I can tell you right now, this thing tastes like the only beer that would be left on the shelf during the zombie apocalypse.
We drank it then.
Hey, I'm just joking, sales rep. Shout out. He said he was going to listen to Blitz the Bookie. So you're the best salesman out there. But hey, cheers to the zombie. What is it?
Zombie dust.
Zombie dust.
All right,
Cheers
guys.
to the zombie dust.
Hey, we made it to the playoffs.
Playoff time, baby.
Y'all didn't. Anthony hasn't killed me yet.
Let's see it.
Here we go.
First time having a drink.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's bad.
Anthony hates it. I
don't
actually
like
don't
beer.
think it's that bad.
I don't either. It's better than I thought.
I don't. Like
It's not
beer.
as hoppy as I thought. It's
I
I
don't
got,
like
actually
beer. I
do
don't
not
like beer.
think that is that bad.
it's not.
And I do not like these type of beers. I could not drink a bunch of this. Maybe one or two, maybe like with a dinner or something. But
Yeah.
to be honest, dude,
It's not bad.
really
The
not
zombie
terrible.
dust.
Hey guys, real quick.
Really cool can though.
That is
Hey.
a cool can.
I got some Blitz the Bookie koozies here. If three people comment on the YouTube page, I got you a koozie. 3 people comment.
First
I
three,
got you a koozie.
first three comments.
All right, y'all still got to make your pick.
Yeah. The zombie dust is pretty good. And I want to take Indiana so bad. I do think Ohio State is the best team, the best roster. And this game does worry me. But I'm sticking with it, dude. This is a letdown game for Ryan Day. He got the win he wanted last year. He can still get the national championship with a loss here. Signetti wants this game more than Ryan Day does. Give me Indiana on the upset, even though I love these freaking Buckeyes. But I'm taking the Indiana Hoosiers, baby.
I told you I let the food do the picking. I really don't like the team in here. I like the
He
Buckeyes.
said, I don't like that beer.
But I love chocolate, so it really was an unfair matchup. But I really don't like nobody in the game. But Buckeyes did the picking.
I love it. I love it.
Ohio State. All right, guys. As always, we appreciate y'all checking out Blitz the Bookie. Don't forget, like and subscribe on all the social media, TikTok. Guys, don't forget about YouTube. We have not pushed the YouTube thing enough, and we will in the future. But if you do the YouTube thing, please find Blitz the Bookie on YouTube and subscribe. I think we've only got like 100
That's where we got
subscribers or
started,
something.
guys. That's where we got started. That's our roots.
I think we're up to like 113. We grab a couple here and there.
We just haven't pushed it enough.
People
But
like that quick stuff too much.
Yeah,
TikTok,
TikTok.
TikTok.
yeah. But still continue to check us out on TikTok. Continue to listen to the episodes, guys. We appreciate all the support. It's been great. We're going to be right back here in just a couple minutes for the right side of Kentucky sports. Blitz the Bookie.
See you guys.
Bring Hank Williams back. Oh, shit, ain't going nowhere. Who wants half of it?
Dude, that
Want half of it?
Now, man, the last time I did it, I about shit myself.
Charlie got the mic, he's dropping facts all day. Anthony's like, nah, I got the better parlay. Argue about the spread, it's a fierce debate. But when it comes to Wildcats, they align their fate. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. Late nights, hustle deals on the line. Charlie Scassy's gonna make you shine. Anthony's heart where the numbers combine. Put your cash down, ride the incline. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. From the tip off to the final play, they grind. Mics on fire, bets on their minds. Arguing odds till the last rewind. Blue and white, it's a bond you'll find. The bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. Final play, they grind. Mics on fire, bets on their minds. Arguing odds till the last rewind. Blue and white, it's a bond you'll find. Bond you'll find. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat Wildcats, they beat the same drum.